Running numbers is one of the most crucial steps to becoming a better real estate investor. If you're just getting started and discovering the power of real estate investing, then you're going to want to know how to run numbers correctly, have a good calculator, and actually know how to use that calculator to analyze the deals that you're going to be looking into. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the way I personally run numbers on the properties I have bought. I'll be showing you the calculator I use, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to be giving away the calculator that you'll be seeing in the video for free with a link down in the description. You can always grab it now, but I really recommend you staying and actually watching how the calculator works before you go and download it, or you can download it, watch the video while you have it downloaded, whatever you want to do. But that's going to be the concept of today's video and kind of show you the way I run numbers and analyze my personal deals. Hi and welcome. My name is Shane Moynihan. I'm a real estate agent and investor based out of Keene, New Hampshire. And if you're someone that's looking to buy, sell, or invest around the area, please feel free to hit me up. If you're a new real estate investor that has questions, and like I said, you're just getting into this, kind of learning the basics, learning how to really analyze property and kind of make your way into this, just feel free to hit me up if you have any questions. Always down in the comments, or if you just want to reach out. My stuff is kind of everywhere. I'll have it linked in the description below. At any point this video provides you with enough value to earn a like, I would greatly appreciate that. And then don't forget to hit the subscribe button, as I do release weekly videos about real estate investing or real estate related content. And if you want to kind of stay more up to date with what I do on a daily basis, please feel free to follow me on Instagram, and I kind of post there pretty much daily. And if you have any questions, just send me a DM on that and I'd be more than happy to help you out. So I do want to quickly mention that I am not a financial advisor in any way, shape, or form. I am simply just an investor that is also a real estate agent, showing you how I personally analyze my deals, what tools I use, and how I look at the numbers. So take this with a grain of salt. Run it if you like, use it if you like, but I am not a financial advisor. And to give a little bit of background what I do so you can actually listen to me and have some confidence in what I'm telling you, I am 24 years old. I have 2 different rental properties, 4 units total. And my first rental I bought when I was 20. I started studying all this about 2018. So I do have some years under my belt despite being young, but that's just a little bit of background on me to show you that I've actually done this. I've proved the model, and this is how I actually run my numbers, and it has worked so far. So without further ado, let's dive right into the numbers. I'm going to be doing them on my computer, and the webcam is going to be a little bit different. So if that looks a little weird, that's why. And let's dive right on into it. All right, so now we are jumping into the calculator part of this video, and I am going to be going over all my stuff in this calculator. I have definitely had some kind of advances along the way. I started with one of these that was way crappier than this and looked a lot more confusing, but it worked and it got the job done. Over the years, I've kind of taken some inspiration from other calculators that I've seen, downloaded, and all that, and kind of took what I liked, put it into this, and now hopefully this will be able to be something that you can use to run your numbers on your properties and be able to learn the way of running numbers and being able to actually go out and buy your first investment property and have confidence that it's going to work. So I kind of already have some of these numbers already put in. I'm going to be running them for the property that I bought at the end of last year towards about October. So I'm going to be running it as it was when I bought it, what I did and why I bought it, and kind of explain it while walking through these numbers to give you an idea of what I looked at and why I thought this was a good opportunity to buy. So let's dive right in. I purchased a building for $250,000. I was going to put 5% down, but with my debt to income ratio, I ended up having to put 10%. So that's $25,000. Here we put 3% for closing costs. This is about what it was. For a quick rule of thumb, it's anywhere from 2 to 4% of the purchase price. If you want kind of a better number, I would reach out to a loan officer. Chances are will be able to give you a little bit better just because they know the fees and all that associated with it, because a lot varies from property to property to time of year. A bunch of stuff is taken into account. So this part is basically what you're putting in for an investment. Here there is a tab with renovation, so you can put out how much money you're thinking there. And the only thing that really affects is your total initial investment. So down here on cash return is where you're going to see that investment go up or go down. So here is rental income, and we ran it with what current rents were when I got the property and what it was. So here I'll pull it up. Current rents were right here, $1,550, $1,475. And as you can see over here, landlord paid for everything. This is usually not how I like to set it up. I usually like to pay for water and sewer and have the tenant pay for everything else, just because it makes it easier, less bills for the landlord to worry about and have a chance of being late on, just a lot less paperwork. So you put it onto the tenants and have them pay for it. And then they seem to keep the heat down and all that stuff because they're the ones in charge of it. So down here is where I'm going to be getting all the expenses from. As you can see, property taxes, $5,700. I brought it up to $58. I always like running a little high. The annual hazard insurance, which is property insurance, this one I run a little high too. I put it at $1,600 a year down here. The reason being is because a lot of times that number can vary, and if you're opening up a new policy, chances are it's going to be higher because insurance has a lot to do with like when the policy was started, how many properties that owner has with the certain homeowner or insurance company, and there's just a bunch of variables. So I run it a little bit high of what I usually see for when I buy insurance, and it's about $1,600. So as you can see, I didn't really explain this, that's on me, but we got monthly income. So I put the rent $3,025 because that's $1,475 and $1,550. Then landlord paid utilities. This is going to be the fuel cost, electric cost, trash removal, and water and sewer. I added all those up, divided it by 12 to give me the rough number of $725 per month for utilities from the landlord. And then down here is yearly, so that's why you put $5,800, $1,600, and then over on the corner, it's just a monthly cost. This is just so you can visualize it, so what you're looking at per month basis. Sorry, keep looking over here. I have to get used to looking ahead because my recording screen's over there. Then we got 5% for CapEx and maintenance. I did not run these at 5% when I got the property, just because the way I look at it is, since I'm house hacking the property, I look at those as costs that I'm going to have if I was owning a single family house anyway. So I know it's probably not the best practice, but it's what I do. Same with vacancy rate. I run that at 0 right now, just because the way rentals are right now, there is no vacancy. So knock on wood on that, but there is no vacancy. And now this is how the property looked while I was looking at it. And I did down here, I want to show you financial details. So that'll take the purchase price minus the down payment, give you your loan amount, and then you're amortized over 30 years. And I put this at a 4.5% interest rate. I think I might have got it lower. I kind of forget. But again, remember, this was last year, last October-ish. So here we can see annual operating income, operating expenses, net operating income, annual loan payments. This is a nice handy tool is the debt service cover ratio, because that can be used if you're just buying strictly as an investment and using a DSCR loan to see if it meets the one requirement or not. Then we got cap rate, which really doesn't matter that much when you're looking under 5 units because it's not commercial. So it's in there, but nothing that you should really be super worried about in my personal opinion. So here you can see it only was cash flowing $161 a month at this. Not great. 5.9% interest. 5.9% cash on cash return. But the way I looked at this is a couple different ways. One, landlord was paying for everything. That's not how I do it. So what I did was I basically got rid of landlord paid utilities except for trash and water and sewer. So those are about, I would say, $125 a month from $725. So you're dropping that so much by not paying for electric or paying for heat. Now this can be hard if they're not separated, but in this building they are. So that already cranks up the monthly cash flow to $700 because you're changing that. But the way I look at it is that these apartments were under rented. I did do some renovations up here, but they were under rented. So this is the way I look at it, because down the road, sorry, my camera's getting all weird. Down the road, I'm going to re-rent them at some point. So for downstairs, a 3-bedroom. Up here is a 2-bedroom that I might be able to rent as a 3, depending on the person's situation. So around that, conservatively, those can rent for $1,600 a pop. So we're gonna move that to $3,200. $3,200 for like total. So we're looking at $919 cash flow annually, $11,000. This is a 33% or almost 34% return on the cash. And a great way to look at this is not a great way to look at it, but I'm living in this unit. So I'm only collecting $1,550 for rent. I am essentially living for under $600 a month to owner occupy and own a $250,000 building. And I owner occupy about, 1,000 square foot, 2 to 3 bedroom apartment for under $600. So that is why this calculator is great, because this would be, of course, if you're house hacking, and that's how it looks like if you're house hacking. So this is basically what I was looking at when I moved in. And again, when I move out, these rents are going to be going up to at least $3,200, meaning I make almost $1,000 a month off this rental property. So that is why I did it. And then just all this stuff, you can change the interest rate. Of course, I got a low, but if you're running at today's rate, say even 6.5 is kind of low, but that brings everything down. I'm trying to see why that didn't bring it down. This is kind of the calculator all in all. I'm going to look at that interest rate thing because I think something got disconnected with the way I put it in, so that's on my bad, but I will get this fixed before I upload the video. But this is just kind of the basic rundown and what I was looking at when I bought this place. So as you can see, you just basically fill in the blank. You can put your property address so you know, okay, so you can put your property address so you know which one you're looking at, and then you just fill it all in. If you're only putting 3.5% down, you put 3.5%, boom, that changes all that. And it basically just works pretty simple, and you can really put everything in. If you want to put 5% vacancy rate, put 5% vacancy rate. So it's all really simple, really straightforward. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know. Follow me on Instagram and feel free to DM me if you want about this stuff, and I can always help you kind of work your way through it. And again, down here, I forgot to mention this, but property note, so you can like put something that you remember about the property, something you want to think about, maybe when the leases end, all that good stuff. So I'm going to jump back over to the other camera and outro this video. But I hope this really helps, and I hope it kind of adds some value to you. So with all that being done and all that I've showed you, I hope I added enough value and kind of a little bit of clarification on how you should be running your numbers on rental properties and actually analyzing your deals, and what has worked for me, because this is what I've used to buy the 2 deals that I have. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I will be giving this away for free. So just look down in the description below and you'll see the link for the free calculator. All you have to do is click that in, put in your email, and then you'll get the thing like usual. And if you have any questions once you download it and start using it, feel free to hit me up here or on Instagram, or just send me a text. I'd be happy to help and kind of clarify anything that has any confusion around it. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's added enough value that it has earned a like from you, and also for you to hit that subscribe button, as I do release weekly real estate related videos. And again, if you want to kind of stay more up to date with what I do and all the stuff that I put out content wise, feel free to give me a follow over on Instagram. I'm there and active every day. I'm posting stories, posting reels, and posting just good information. I'll kind of keep helping you advance in this investing journey. So without further ado, I'll catch you next time.